Well, thanks a lot to Bernard, or whoever it was originally to follow in. Anyway, the first award tonight is probably the most coveted award in British boxing amongst the professional fighters, because it's an acknowledgement from the trade that for one night at least, these two men did their job better than any other two professionals did in the entire course of the year. And from a personal point of view, I must say there's a peculiar sort of a completeness about the fact that tonight's award involves Wally Swift Jr. Because the very first issue of Boxing News that I ever saw, which was 33 years ago, carried a report of a fight in which Wally Swift Sr. won the British welterweight title from Tommy Molloy. Now, I don't know why it should be, but for some reason Wally's name stuck in my head, and I took a particular interest in his career thereafter. And I remember watching him on television, fighting people like Orlando Pazzo, Harry Scott, all those top guys that he fought and beat. He went on to win 2 British titles, fought for the European title. And when his son turned professional, he did so under the name of Wally Reynolds, because he felt that it might be wrong to appear to be capitalizing on his father's name. Well, he needn't have worried, because everything that Wally Swift Jr. ever did in the ring brought nothing but credit to the family name. Now, his fight with Andy Till, in which Wally actually lost the British Light Middleweight Championship, was a fight which embodied everything that is good and worthwhile about professional boxing. It was 12 rounds of wholehearted commitment, of skill, of courage, and of sportsmanship of a level which would have entitled either of the two participants to have been in the running for the award which Nicky Piper will receive later tonight. It was unquestionably one of the outstanding fights, I would say, of the last 3 or 4 years, never mind of last year. And so, unfortunately, the year didn't end that well for them. They both lost their last fights. Wally suffered a cut which maybe throws his future into jeopardy, and Andy was beaten for the European title. But whatever 1994 may hold for either of them, and I hope it's good things, they have at least the satisfaction of knowing that for one night in 1993, they truly were the best of British. And with much pleasure, I ask Lord Addington to make the presentation for the British Fight of the Year to Wally Swift and Andy Till.
Back to the deck.
Stay there a second, Andy.
No, stay there a second, Andy. Wally, you've got to get your trophy. Yep, me old cracker. Look, is it possible to come round?
If you could do apart, we can get you in the middle.
In this year? No, it's not a picture. There's a picture. What?
This one?
Look, could you possibly come round and be in between that way, that and there? Let's have a proper picture. Go to one. I did. Right. Well, I've had a couple of them, I mean, you've had some bloody good fights. Get in, mate.
You're getting close.
There.
Get tight. Get tight. Yeah? Help me, Andy. Andy, this one, mate. Thank you.
They're the unemployed old age pensioner. That's me. Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our second award tonight is for the best overseas fighter to appear in the British ring during the year. Now, I have to say that the winner really has got it under false pretenses, because he's not really overseas, he's half Irish, or at least his better half is. And I'm happy to say that she's here tonight. Crisanto Espana has had a marvellous year. He won the WBA welterweight championship from Melvick Taylor, has retained it twice and looks set for a very long reign indeed. We've been saying for quite a long time that Crisanto and Pernell Whitaker are probably the two best welterweights in the world, and now he's proving the point to everybody, including the Americans. He's developing into a kind of a welterweight Carlos Monzon. He's come up the world rankings on the blind side. He's won the title from a truly outstanding champion, and he's going to retain it for a hell of a long time, but without anybody actually being able to define precisely what it is that he does so well, except win, time after time after time. He is born in Venezuela, but he's lived in Ireland for quite a few years. He's had his entire, or virtually his entire professional career in Ireland. He is truly one of our own, even if it's the overseas award that he's winning tonight. And so with much pleasure, I would ask Sir David Hopkin to make the award to Mrs. Espana on Crisanto's behalf.
Could you possibly go round the back so we get a picture, please? Sorry, sir.
This is different.
We have got to get a picture.
What is it with it?
Well, probably like we're back here, but
How about standing
that's so much.
Again, you're talking.
No, we'll be on our way, Champion. I'm employed. I would say thank you so much.
I'm so used to
And you, sire, well, I mean, you don't need assistance. You're younger than me.
I'm so this one, sweet.
Are you? Well, so am I.
Getting close, Governor, if you will, please. Getting very, very close.
Very tight.
Close as you can. At me. Thank you. Oh, just wait, please.
Excellent. All right, well, have a go.
Okay.
Right, now, could I possibly have the in the centre, that, just like a nice little picture for me. This is for me granddaughters. Oh, you're looking at the so nice, thank you very much.
One for this, one for... Thank you.
Oh, that's one for the elder.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not coming, I'm only for our next picture.
Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of weeks ago I was being interviewed at Radio Sheffield, that really hit the big time. It was about the Ben Eubank fight, and right at the end of the interview, out of the blue, the presenter said to me, "Don't you think it's time that this whole brutal business was banned?" Now, I answered him as best I could, but as is always the case in these circumstances, about 2 seconds after the interview ended, I realised what I should have said to him, which was that if you think boxing should be banned, can I suggest you go along to Brendan Ingall's gym up at Winklebank? See how many boys were referred to Brendan by the police, by the probation service, by the family crisis unit, by the social services. See what sort of a job Brendan has done with them, and men tell me that boxing should be banned. Now, what is true of Brendan is true in perhaps even larger measure of the man who received tonight's special award for services to boxing, Phil Martin. Phil has created in his Moss Side gym a sort of a safe haven, I guess you could call it, for the local youngsters, away from the dangers and the temptations of arguably the worst ghetto in Britain. He has had remarkable success as a manager, operating without TV backing and with minimum resources. He's created a stable full of champions, but I would argue that really the success stories to come out of Mosside aren't necessarily the Lonsdale belt winners. They're the kids that Phil has turned away from the streets, turned away from drugs, and has taught how to channel their energies into something that is worthwhile and rewarding. This award is not really for services to boxing as much as it is for services to the community in which Phil works so well, and it is a mark of appreciation from us for the credit which his achievements reflect back onto the sport which we all love. And may I ask my boxing news colleague Ron Oliver to make a presentation to Phil.
How many you had?
First time I've been carried out today.
Yeah, how many you had?
Congratulations,
Getting nice and close, if you will, please.
Rob, put your arm around it.
Yes, you got the idea.
Can we have that in the sort of centre? No, you don't want to go there. No, Rod, put your arm around him and get him close.
How close?
Okay, then.
Very, very close.
As close as you possibly can, mate, without...
How many, Phil? Thank you.
Well, you know me, don't you, Rod? I'm very straightforward.
Straightforward.
Thanks, mate. I'll give you a copy
Thank you,
sometime.
Phil.
Our next award is the Sportsmanship Award, which this year goes to the Welsh super middleweight Nicky Piper. He has earned it by his conduct and demeanour outside the ring, as well as during his fights, which in the last season included a magnificent challenge for Nigel Benn's WBC world title. In every respect, Nicky has been a model professional on more than one level, because one of the most pleasing aspects of British boxing over the last year has been the emergence and the success of the Professional Boxers Association as a well-run, strong and serious force in the business. And the success is due in substantial part to the personality of its chairman, Nicky Piper. The PBA is increasingly becoming the accepted spokesbody for British boxing, for British boxers I should say. And by any standards it has in Nicky the acceptable face of British boxing. And can I ask Barry Hackman to make the award to Nicky for sportsmanship in the past year. Nicky.
And at this camera. And one more. At this camera. At this camera. Thank you. This way.
Can this old man get in there? Of course. Oh, you know what it's like, don't you?
You're working longer than a bloody comic, you are.
Can't have it, got a bloody film in here, mate. You don't mind, do you?
We won't book you next year, this kid.
Ah, you wait and see, Reg. I'll have a go at you later on. Thank you very much, Jeff.
With all respect to the many fine professionals here tonight who have given us so much entertainment and value for money and excitement during the past year, there really was only one candidate for Fighter of the Year, and that of course was Lennox Lewis. Consider his achievements during the past 12 months. Knocked out Razor Ruddock, the most feared heavyweight outside Mike Tyson in the world, disposed of him in 2 rounds. Went to Las Vegas, trounced Tony Tucker, the #1 contender, the man whom everybody except Lennox avoided. and of course Steve Gerald, Frank Bruno. Now, he enters 1994 with an outstanding chance of becoming the first British-born heavyweight this century to earn universal acceptance as world heavyweight champion. And I've no doubt that when the time comes, he will dispose of really bow as convincingly as he did in the Olympic finals. I'd like, talking about Lennox, to throw in a word or two about Frank Maloney, Frank endured during a week in Las Vegas the most vicious, vitriolic and sustained character assassination attempt that I have ever heard from Don King, who's a master of the art. And I'll have to say that the humour and the dignity with which Frank coped with that attack during that week was for me one of the highlights of the year in British boxing. And Frank may be a pantomime, by God, you got heavyweight style. Now, it is to Lennox's credit, and it's a measure of the significance of this award to the fighters themselves that he's here tonight, because, as you probably read, he had 4 wisdom teeth extracted on Friday, and I'm sure he's in quite considerable discomfort. Although I would have to question which hurt the more, was it losing the 4 teeth or losing the $7 million? But maybe the award which I'm now asked the Irish Ray to present to Lennox as Fighter of the Year, it may not be worth $7 million, but I'm sure you'll accept it as a mark of the esteem and the respect in which you are held by everybody in British boxing. Lennox Lewis, Fighter of the Year.
I tell you what, the drink is stronger in here than what we've been paying for out here, mate.
Add this one to start with. Lennox, add this one to start with, thank you. One more to make sure of it. Here we go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the old man here.
This way.
Oh, you had that old man first, go on. Now come on, look, see it down here. You can give me a smile. It costs you nothing, there's no bet on it even. Thanks very much. Oh, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tony Bree.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Very close. Coming on. You do it first, Joe.
Right, well that better because we want our name. If we come together there. You don't mind, do you, ladies and gentlemen? Are we going to get focus? Oh, my boy. No back in the back now. Thank you very much.
One run at a time. Here we go. Thank you. Come on this way before you move, please. Thanks a lot.
Leonard, would you be kind enough to present this one, which you already signed to Tony Lewis, who's the next fight? Congratulations.
Right, thanks. Put it forward and then so we can try to dodge glare. No, we'll still get there. We'll put it that way. That.
One for tone. Sorry.
Right. Okay, now the old man over here. The DHS will be after me tomorrow, so I've got to watch out tonight. Okay? Thank you very much.
Right, one for tone.
Not even the smartphone.
Coming on. That's better. Lovely. There we go. One more. The last one. Thanks very much. Thank you.